Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. It's nice to see you. And if you've been here since the beginning, thank you for sticking around. As always, welcome to the Sky Squad family. I appreciate you guys. If you have any videos or pictures of your locks, make sure you hashtag Sky Squad so I can see them and tag me, and I love to see them and comment on your lock journey. This video is just basically a response video to my 3-week wash and retwist fail. I recently got a comment, which I've gotten comments like way after the fact, and so I kind of disabled comments on that video just because the number one thing that people have a problem with me saying is do not wash your locks, and I'm just really going to address this, but yeah. First thing, let me just say I am a human, and YouTube is something that I love and I enjoy, and it's just a part of me, so I'm not going to be politically correct. This is a public service announcement. I'm not going to be politically correct. I'm not going to say everything right, and I'm not gonna, I don't know, I hate watching YouTubers, and I know they're human. If it's like racist or something, that's a different thing. But if it's like, oh, she said something and da 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 da, like how dare she, like, and it's not like racial or religion wise, you know, some of the heavy hitters or something like that. If it's not like over the top, and we're just human, like chill out, like just chill. So as always, you guys have a right to your opinion, and I have a right to respond. So that's just my public service announcement, and let's get into it. I guess I decided to do this video just because I've addressed the topics that people are not happy with. I've addressed the things that I've said and the things that I've learned previously in other videos, multiple videos. If you guys have been here around a while, you guys already know that I've mentioned this. So this is why you guys don't have a problem. Now, people who just watch that video realize they can't comment on that video, go on another video and then comment without watching any of my current content is kind of like, it's kind of annoying, but I have to be understandable. Like, there's only one me, and I know what I put out in my videos, but not everyone followed me from the beginning, so I have to like be mindful of that. So in that video, long story short, if you haven't watched it, I'm just going to tell you what it's about. Basically, I washed my hair at 3 weeks, and I don't know why I did that. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I think it was like it was like mentally, like I just felt like I needed to. Like, I don't know if I needed to do a cleanse. And my hair wasn't like filthy. It wasn't dirty. But mentally, I guess I just felt like I needed a cleanse or something. I don't know. But in that video, basically, I was on YouTube and I was watching so many people wash their starter locks, wash their starter locks, wash their starter locks. They were doing the sink. They were doing the shower. They would use this. They would use that. And it was fine. They would retwist it like a pro, and it was great. Me, it was a fail. And I think I made that video really because I felt like I was, duped. Like, I felt like I took in so much information, and so many people did not have right explanation behind it. And that's what kind of sparked the Don't Dread It Lock series, where you should enjoy your lock journey, not dread it. And I've mentioned this in multiple videos. But in that video, I said, do not wash your hair until it's locked. I said multiple things in there. But that was the number one thing that people had a problem with. And at that time, I don't know if you guys ever went through this, but even when I was watching other videos, it was like, locked meant when you have the first sign of budding in their mind. Like, I really didn't get the terminology down until later, which is a part of a whole nother, like, confusion station. Like, it was confusing. At that time, I meant everything I said. Now, the reason why people have a problem with that is because when I said locked in that video, locked usually means like when you're mature. Like when this is locked, your whole length of your lock is actually locked. But at that time, the videos I was watching, they did not have that terminology. It wasn't like, oh, I have mature locks. It's like, oh, I started to bud and I'm locking. I'm locked now. Like, I have my first sign of budding. I have a first sign of a knot. It's locked. Like, it's locked down. You know what I mean? Like, that knot was a symbol of the locking process. Like, you were just comb coils, or you were just two-strand twist until you had that knot or that lock, or, the starting of the locking process. So the videos I watched that was talking about all that stuff, talking about washing your hair, washing your starter locks, all that stuff, they also, and later on when I saw more videos, when they had the first sign of a bud, they considered themselves to be locked, because that's when you're first starting, like your locks are legitimately about to grow into real locks. Like that's when it just got real. I did a following video after that talking about the stages of locks and things like that, and I really got to see the full detailed breakdown. It wasn't just, oh, you're a starter lock and now you're locked. But that's the terminology that I saw a lot of people using, and I left that video up because I got duped. Like, I watched so many YouTube videos just like you guys did in the beginning, and it was so freaking confusing, and that's how I had to fail, because I did too much and I did it too soon. But I've explained that all multiple times. So then when people find a way to comment on different videos, trying to low-key like call me out, like not trying to bash you or whatever, but just saying you shouldn't spread false information, I understand where they're coming from. However, if I have addressed this information multiple times on multiple videos, it kind of gets like a little annoying that people don't see, like, because sometimes people will comment on things and not see, oh, that was a year ago, you know what I mean? Or they won't put the time of reference in their mind. And so hopefully this will help clear things up. I don't want to hide that video, because I feel like I want to show you not just me doing what I do now, but like the fails that I did, and how obviously my locks bounced back. It wasn't detrimental at all. So that's the whole reasoning for that. I never said don't wash your hair for a year. I just really want to emphasize, because I've seen a lot of other videos at that time when locticians say don't wash your hair. It's like a back and forth thing. Like, some people are like, when locticians say don't wash your hair for a couple months, that's nasty, blah, blah, blah. You see big YouTubers, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you see other people like, I naturally don't wash my hair every week. So some people need to, some people don't. I mean, it's a preference thing. I've said this a million times. Do what's best for you. I just don't want people to come at my journey not knowing that this is how I feel, and this is my life journey, and I don't regret anything, actually, and I'm not apologizing for anything, because that's just really how I felt at that time. I think it's beautiful to see something authentic and genuine, period, on there. Like, hey, this is this and this, and I have been woman enough to mention, like, yo, looking back, I did way too dang much. After I went to go see my electrician, I did way too much. I had a cleansing, I did this and that. I had too much of a high water pressure when I did this in the shower. What else? I used too many products. I had high water pressure. Not only did I have, like, all these products, I use too much of these products. So then when I start talking about washing and all that, that's why it's like less is more, less is more, less is more, because I learned from my mistake. But I wanted to keep my mistake up there so you guys can actually see, like, yo, like, I didn't jump into the lock game knowing everything. Hell, I'm still learning. If you're not still learning, then that's a problem. But I didn't jump in knowing everything. But I wanted people to still see, yo, like, I made a mistake too. That's why the video is called Wash and Retwist Fail. Like, I really don't think you should wash your hair all the freaking time. That's just me. But hey, if you do it, good for you. If it works out, good for you. But I wanted to speak for the people out there that watched all the videos that I did, follow what they did, and it didn't work out, and then they felt discouraged. I didn't need to wash my hair. My hair's fine. My hair don't stink. My hair don't get like a lot of buildup, flakiness. It doesn't do all of that, okay? It's fine, okay? And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but my hair's used to going 2 to 3 weeks without a wash in general, and some might call that nasty. I don't really care. It's my hair, and it's my lock journey, and this is what I do. But I want to make another voice for those who can't do what everyone else is doing, who can't wash their hair every week or every 2 weeks in the beginning, or do a 3-week wash, retwist, fail when they only have 3-week comb coils. Where the comb coils is only this long, no sign of budding in sight, like maybe a little bit, and they just did too much. And then they try to, people you see their retwist, and you think it's oh so easy. I want it to be a voice for people who like, hell no, it ain't easy. Actually, I just did that and it messed me up. So that's why I said don't wash until you're locked. But at that time, the same videos that I watch is probably where I had the problem at. The same videos that I watch, lock was when you had the first sign of budding, first sign of an actual lock, actual knot. Not like you're fully locked, but you're starting the locking process. So that's what a lot of people had a problem with. And I mean, hey, I mean, that's the terminology I saw other people using. I thought it was correct. But the reason why the video's up there is so you, A, you can see my mistakes, and B, in case you're thinking of following everyone else and washing their hair and doing all this stuff, you just have to be mindful of certain things. So that's why the Don't Dread a Lock series came about, especially that washing one. I really talk about doing water rinsing, less is more. I keep saying less is more, less is more, less is more. And I hate to sound like a broken record for those of you who have been there from day one, but this is kind of why I have to like reiterate. Which leads me to my next thing. So, oh, well, let me just finish that. So basically, that's all I have to say about that. If I get another comment on my wash and retwist fail, I probably won't answer it because I've answered it in multiple videos and I'm answering it now. And yeah, so just for clarification, I never said don't wash your hair for a year. I never said that. Do what you want to do to your hair, honestly. I think the golden rule is less is more. The less you do, the more you get out. I mean, honestly, you don't need to be in your hair 24/7. I've had good results. So I did my wash and retwist fail at 3 weeks, and I went back to my loctician so she could fix it. She still didn't wash my hair until like 9 weeks. And even then, she could wash it at 9 weeks, and she was still like using a comb to like comb coil them like down. But for me to do a self retwist, I wouldn't have done it that early. I wouldn't have been confident in keeping all my comb coils intact at 9 weeks. So yeah, and the more I went to my loctician, the more I paid attention to what she was doing. Then when I started my retwist, doing self retwist, I got a first-hand experience because it's a little bit different. If you could do it on someone else, it's different. You do it on yourself. I learned about the turning, which direction should I palm roll it in, all of that, and I showed you guys that. So I don't want to be mean, but if I get another comment about it, I might just revert you to this video, or I might not say anything because I've already explained it. So, but yeah, if you've watched that video recently and haven't got through all my archives, basically that's what that is. Long story short, you should just do what's comfortable and what's good for you. My loctician, like I said, watched my hair in 9 weeks. I wouldn't have been comfortable to do a self retwist that early. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of people who start their locks themselves, maintaining themselves. I don't know. I'm very comfortable when it's okay for me to start palm rolling. And a lot of times you still have to do that comb coil with the comb thing for a minute. I wouldn't have been comfortable at 9 weeks, but my loctician didn't do it until 9 weeks. So that's at least 2 months. And people have a fit about that, so it was okay for me. That's all I gotta say. She washed my hair really good when it was time to, though. My hair didn't stink or anything. I just didn't put crap in my hair, you know. It was always hydrated and moisturized, that's for sure. I always sprayed it with water, and I followed up with oils at that time. So I didn't have any flakiness problems, no itchiness problems, no stinky problems. Because the oils I used smelled good, so I didn't have no issues. But with that being said, I also want to touch on, as you go through your life journey, you're going to have different maintenance needs. And I think sometimes people don't tell you this either. So speaking of starter lock, baby locks, at that time I would say you want to leave your hair alone. Like, I didn't really, but you don't want to touch your hair every 5 minutes. You don't want to constantly overdo it with the oils or overdo it with this, overdo that. You don't need to overdo it with product. You don't need to. Like, you really just need to kind of leave it alone. Not saying don't do anything to it ever, but, you know, maybe oil it once or twice a week, maybe, depending on how dry your hair is, depending on the season. Maybe just stick to one oil at a time. See if that works for you. If these store-bought oils don't work for you, the combination of oils don't work for you, just try extra virgin olive oil or jojoba oil. You know, just try, or just vitamin E oil. Maybe just try one oil, period, and that might be all you need. If water is not working for you, try bottled water. I've heard, and I've said this before, people have buildup or stiffness with their locks when they use tap water. So try bottled or filtered distilled water. That's not working, just try rose water. But keep your thing as simple as possible. I think that's the main thing that stays consistent throughout your lock journey. Just keep it simple. Now, when it came to retwisting my hair in the beginning, started baby lock phase, it was pretty consistent. Depending if you want free form, semi free form, of course, that's all differs. Depending on if you have stitcher locks, micro locks, it is all different. I have traditional locks, but in my starter lock phase, I did it I think I did every 3. I probably want to say I actually went every 2 weeks, but I feel like that was a lot, and I think I went every 3 weeks. I think that's what I did. Maybe a little, like maybe 2 weeks and like 4 days, maybe I would go, but I would try to make it to my second week at least, and some days after. So between 2 and 3 weeks. But I really think I went closer to the 3 week mark when it came to maintenancing. Like I said, my loctician didn't wash my hair until 9 weeks. So the couple of times before that, I think I went 3 times before that. I think I went for my starter locks. I went shortly after my 3 week wash and retwist fail. I went another time after that. And I think my 4th time was at 9 weeks, I think. So that's when she decided to wash it. I probably would have waited. She recommended a little cleansing spray in case my hair gets crazy, blah, blah, blah. But all she would do is just spray my hair with water and then retwist with my gel until I hit 9 weeks, and then she would wash it. She would wash and deep condition, and it felt so good, tingling on my scalp, and then she would retwist it, and my hair was fine. Then when it came to like teenage locks, which I feel like that phase just went in a blink of an eye. I don't really know what happened, where you at, where you go, because there's a fine line between teenage and when you're like mature, about to be into adulthood, and you just don't know. Like, your hair's not sticking up as bad as it used to be. Most of your hair is locked now, and you're just like, wait a minute. I remember when you were a baby. So for teenage locks, you can probably go a little longer without a retwist. I think this is when I went the full 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks. Again, I kind of experimented. I didn't really like the Design Essential 3-step line. However, by the way, I'm still doing my mom's locks. It is actually growing. I just need her to keep her hands out of her hair, because she'll twirl, and her hair is very fragile, and I don't need that to happen. She wears a lot of cotton scarves, so it really soaks up the moisture. She already has dry hair. But it is getting thicker, guys. It is. I've only used my products and the Design Essentials. I did not like Design Essentials for me. Someone might come at me for that too, but I didn't like it. So I'm not going to promote that because I didn't like it. I don't think I've used it since I stopped. I use it on my mom because she really likes it. And I just don't like it. I'm pretty happy with my Maui Moisture. I got the vanilla bean one. First ingredients, aloe vera. What could go wrong there? Yeah, I don't know. You just kind of try to simplify your product list. This is around the same time I realized Talia Wajid, I guess, is now making people's hair flaky. I've seen that on multiple videos. I never really noticed it with mine. I noticed if you use too much, oh yeah, it'll leave something behind. The consistency is like weird, like watery, kind of weird. But I have seen some controversy with that. But hey, if that works for you, continue using it. I mean, honestly, just do what you do. Right now, I like my flaxseed gel, but I use my aloe vera gel. This one. I need to get me an aloe vera leaf though, and whenever I do that and add my own essential oils and stuff to it, I will record that video and show you guys what I do. But I kind of just want to do simple as possible, especially when it comes to anything I'm leaving into my hair. That includes oils and waters and stuff like that. And then now I guess you could say I'm mature about, like, I'm like in my 20s according to lock years, you know what I mean? As in, like, I'm in my 20s now in real life. I'm 27. So I am an adult. But I feel like mature is like when you get 30s, 40s. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm talking about? So my hair is locked and all that jazz. That's what it looks like. Just a reminder, no lock is perfect. All my hair looks uniform. Like, they look about the same size, but not all of them are. Well, you already know. I combined that one back together. I told you guys all my mistakes. I told you guys when I split two locks because I thought they were too big. In reality, they weren't. They're the perfect size. I told you that mistake. I showed you on how I combined them back together. So, I mean, I just made this video for people that need to catch up. See, all my locks aren't, like, perfect. I think we should say that more. Like, right now they look great. Okay, I have little frizzies. For another thing, my edges will never be laid. I'll never have my laid edges. I don't like laid edges. I'm not gonna obsess over my edges being laid. I don't care. Like, this is my hair, and this is what it is. So, but every lock is not the same. Like, your parting could be, like, pretty much the same, but it doesn't mean it's gonna be the same. Like, look at that beauty. Oh my god. So, see, you can tell a little bit of difference there. See? So, it depends on the parting that you did in your hair and that area. So, no one's lock is perfect. So, lock envy shouldn't be a thing. I think people should be your inspiration, but I think you should always just fall more and more head over heels on your own locks. But, yeah, but now that I'm in this stage, pretty much, I'm just doing less. I mean, I'm using the same stuff. I'm just using a shampoo and conditioner. Just two things. And then, I have been using flaxseed gel for my retwist, as I guys just told you. I have also used aloe vera gel. I'm really just thinking of doing a water and oil only retwist. For the most part. I was watching Joyce MD. That was the woman's name that I was trying to say in my last video. She is taking us on her journey of combing out her locks, if you want to see her process and what she's finding out. Because I think you can learn a lot about your locks when you actually take it down. So if you want to see her journey, she is sharing that with us. And Natural Nirvana, she also combed out her locks as well. She's just kind of showing you the aftermath. And I think YouTube, I think you put yourself out there, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just not going to be politically correct. I'm not going to, like, if I don't see myself doing this, okay? So before people get upset, I don't see myself doing this, but let me just say this. If I decide to comb out my locks, I'm probably not going to apologize for it. Because I'm pretty sure this is A, my life, and B, my hair. And I'm pretty sure I can do what I need to do for my life journey overall. So all I can say is I don't want any decisions I make to upset you, but I'm not sorry in advance, because even if it's a mistake, I have to go about that mistake and learn for myself. That's a part of the journey, you know what I mean? So, but you should check both of those channels out. But one of the videos I was watching, it might have been Joyce MD's most recent one, but she was combing out her locks, and I remember her saying she's very mindful of the products she uses in her hair. But she could feel like almost like an oily residue. She mentioned she used Jamaican black castor oil, and it is a very thick oil. It's like very thick. I don't know if she used coconut oil or not. You have to watch her video to get the right details, but I know she did mention Jamaican black castor oil. And when she was taking it down, it's like you can just feel some of the oils left in there, and she was kind of concerned with that. She also mentioned, like, even though she wouldn't, like, see any lint on the outside, when she started combing it down, she can see some lint on the inside. So with that being said, I think that the less you put in your hair, the better, because even thicker oils might leave it behind. You might not need to overdo it with the oils. I think she talks about she even just focus on her scalp. Like, she wouldn't, like, heavily oversaturate the length of her locks. She would just focus on her scalp, and she's still kind of feeling that residue. So just kind of go easy on yourself. Like, that's what I'm doing. This is why I'm making this video. Hopefully it helps you guys. But honestly, I'm just going to use less on my hair. I think I'm just going to do water and oil only retwist. I'm going to try that next time that I wash my hair and see. For some reason, I mean, I haven't had a problem with flaxseed gel, but for some reason, I'm just inching towards like the aloe vera, maybe just around the front, because you know my front took the longest to fully lock. My front took the longest to even hit the budding stage, and so, and you guys know I always have frizzies, just want to escape my locks all the time. So that's the only area that I kind of want a better hold. So I don't know if I'll just use like my Holy Grail oil all over and see if that gives me a good hold. Um, it does have all your Holy Grails in it, so I might just use that. And I'll let you guys know how that goes. I might see how that really goes and how well that holds up. If not, I think I might just use aloe vera, just from an aloe vera leaf once I go to the store and get it, and just use it in the front for a little bit more of a hold. But because what I would do is I would use flaxseed gel or aloe vera, and then after that, depending on if my hair was dry or not, I would add oils. But lately here, the last two wash and retwist, I want to say, or especially this last one, I hadn't had to, like, after I spray my hair with rose water and twist with flaxseed gel, I haven't had to put oils in it directly after. I could wait like the following week and then put oils in it. So I'm kind of adjusting my maintenance a little bit. I'm kind of stepping back a little bit more. But even if you do all the right things, I mean, your hair is going to kind of do what it does and hold on to it. I think a lot of people, I think Yanni the lockologist, she only retwists her hair a couple of times a year. And I've seen people's like, oh my gosh, you can't wash your hair and then not retwist it after. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I think you kind of have to just try it for yourself. If it's something you want to do and you're drawn to it, you're going to just have to try it for yourself. Or see if you can find videos that tells you the aftermath of it. Like, for instance, on that example, like some people might say, oh, your hair may start marrying or tangling at the root more, and if that's not what you want, you might have a problem. Or the longer you go without a retwist, a lot of people praise going a long time without a retwist and how it's overall healthy for your hair. But I was watching Curly New Growth, and she was saying how if your hair doesn't grow like with your locks, how actually going longer without a retwist can be detrimental. This isn't probably exactly what she said, but this is what I got from it. Basically, because your hair isn't growing with the lock, your whatever is in the lock, you're going longer without reincorporating more support and a better foundation. So like this hair right here, if I just keep letting that grow separately and not feed it back into the lock to make sure it has a strong foundation, it could be detrimental, which I really appreciate that video, because I remember my no retwist challenge I was trying to do, which she has one. I think it's like for 2 months. I didn't even last that long. It was kind of close, but I just needed to wash it. But those who go so long, I think sometimes people might get discouraged because their hair might marry each other, or their hair doesn't grow with their locks and they can't do it. I think there's good and bad to everything, and so for me, I probably won't go that long without a wash and retwist personally, just my preference. I'm not obsessed with it, but I go about 4 weeks now without a wash and retwist. Is pretty okay. If anything, I might just retwist the front, like a soft retwist, but like with oils or something. But one size does not fit all, you guys. Like, people praise going without a retwist for months and months and months. And while I can see the benefits, I can also see like curly new growth. If your hair doesn't grow with your lock, you're making that lock weaker. You're not replenishing the foundation. You're letting your loose hair grow its own way, and the lock that depended on that foundation grow on its own. And so that's something to keep in mind too. I know it's very confusing out here. It's kind of like you have to be presented both sides, and then you have to make a decision that's going to be best for you and try it out. At this point, I probably won't go too much longer without a retwist. I will try again in the future, and we'll see how far we can get. But yeah, that's basically all I want to talk to you about. I can't believe this is like 30 minutes long. Guess I had a lot to say. Um, but yeah, I just want to tell you guys, that's why I still have that video up, because I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to be. Let me just tell you this now, so that way in the future you ain't shocked. But I thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed to the end, make sure you hashtag skyysquad in the comment section below. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to leave them. And make sure you subscribe so you officially become a part of the Sky Squad, and click the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And until next time, bye.